Hello. So today we are going to be drawing Fox. Fox is a little bit more complicated than Kirby, so we'll see how this goes today. But last time we did very well for ourselves with these geometric shapes, so we're going to do that again this time, and hopefully we'll get it right. So I was doing the math the other day or last night, I guess, um, about Super Smash Brothers, and there's probably going to be 80 some odd characters that come into this game. Um, and if that's the case, I got to pick up my pace. So you may start seeing more from me um, to get it done. So today, hopefully, I might do two or three um, drawings because we kind of need to get her moving. You know what I mean? So, wow, this is a really cool pose that they got Fox in. I haven't like looked at it close enough, but it's super cool. His little hands, how they're grabbing it like that. I don't know. I just like it. This is proving to be a really cool project. If you're interested in drawing Smash Brothers characters, is actually very interesting because there are lots and lots of different styles that you have to learn how to draw. Right, some more cartoony than others, some more realistic. Uh, you know, Fire Emblem characters are coming up. Those are obviously very realistic. Um, and, and then you've got other, like others like Kirby and Pikachu. You can learn how to draw. But also the other thing that's just super cool about Smash Brothers characters is the poses they're all in are just really interesting and dynamic, and it kind of kind of stretches you a little bit, right? So um, so yeah, if you're interested in drawing, this actually is a very, very good place to start. So, again, as always, I challenge you, if you want to just kind of grab a piece of paper and start doodling along with me, you should do it. Uh, Drawing is one of those things that no one is inherently good at. Um, Everyone has to practice. And so, uh, and that's actually where this YouTube channel idea was born, was because I wanted to learn. And I figured it might be interesting to other people as well to see what happens if you start practicing every day. So you'll notice that I'm on Fox here. I've just been going down the line. So I've already drawn Mario and Kirby and Link and Samus and Dark Samus. And some days have been better than others. Some drawings, I mean. Um, and that's okay, because this is all kind of fun, and we are the whole goal here is to learn and to get better. So I found that it's much better to just not worry about how it turns out, and just let it turn out the way it turns out. I feel like my brush may be like too thick or something. It's fat uh, fat brush in this little. So I found that if you double click on this brush over here on the right, if you, well, I'll draw it there in a second, but let's change this down to a 3. Make it a little thinner, but apply strokes. Okay, there, makes it a little thinner. Um, Perfect. So if you see over here, there's that this guy. That's what I just double clicked to make that happen. So kind of interesting. There we go. Anyways, one of the cool things is, as I'm learning to draw better, um, I'm also learning Illustrator. So for those of you that watch along, you'll see kind of firsthand tips of how do I use Illustrator if you're interested in that sort of thing. And it'll be hopefully helpful to you. Illustrator is very cool, a very useful tool, but I was stuck for a while trying to figure out how in the world do I use this to draw, and then I figured it out. So it's been a lot of research trying to figure it out, but yeah, if you just follow along here, hopefully you'll you should pick up some things too that will make it easier to draw if you want to ever do that sort of thing. So my son loves Coco, and now I have Coco stuck in my head like always. So as I'm drawing this, I got Remember Me going on in my head, which is super random. Not exactly sure why that would be in there, but I guess it is. The other thing I really like about drawing on Illustrator here is you get to zoom in. It's so cool, right? Like you don't really get to do that in normal drawings, right? Like you can zoom in on your paper. You can stick your face right into it, but it's not quite the same, Man, faces are a little bit hard. There's such nuance in the face that I think makes it really kind of challenging. Let's zoom out. Case in point. All right. Case in point, I'm learning. That's what I mean. Okay, my eye is way too long. That's my problem. Okay, so I'm going to erase this. Okay. He's got a little pupil, and then a little circle here, and then another circle there. So this one's colored in, and that one is not. Okay. Yeah, like what does "Remember Me" have to do with the song? But literally, it's just going through my head. I'll spare you all from actually singing it. But man, that is stuck in my head. All right, like that, and like that. There we go. He's starting to come together a little bit. But it's crazy messy. I'll try to clean it up here a little bit. All right. Yeah, I don't think that angle's right. So again, as you think about a face, there's like an angle that comes down this way, and so my angle was off. There we go. We'll have that come down there. This kind of wraps around his head. And that wraps around there. Okay. And then he's got a little bit of an ascot going on. So me and some friends at work were having we're chatting about this. The difference between a scarf, a neckerchief, an ascot is very subtle. There is not a whole lot that's different between those. So if you're like trying to figure out, okay, is this a scarf or bandana? Like, what is it? And they're all very subtly different. Very, very subtle. So I'm not even going to attempt to guess what this thing is on his neck. I mean, I guess I can attempt, but I'll probably get it wrong. This to me feels, I don't know, feels most like an ascot, which is why I called it an ascot. But maybe ascots are more poofy. I don't know. If you watch this, leave a comment and let me know. Is this an ascot? What is this on his neck? Because I have no idea. I don't know. All right. I have a feeling that this drawing is going to take a little bit of time. So I'm sorry if this ends up being a little bit longer than my usual. Fox is just a little bit of a complicated character, He's a little complicated. Lots of details. I mean, to be fair, I took, was it 15 minutes on Kirby? And he's just a circle. But actually with Kirby, you should go back and watch that one. But with Kirby, I showed off a lot of Illustrator tips, and there's actually a lot I did that was not actually drawing, so that's a little bit of an overstatement, but you know. As I'm drawing, feel free in the comments to post how you think it's turning out. It won't hurt my feelings. It's out of 10. Do you like it? Do you not? Usually at the end, I like to post out of 10, right? So what would you give me out of 10? And I'll give you my score here at the end when I'm finally done. But feel free to add your thoughts. If I say, think it looks nice and you don't, feel free to put another score. It's like touch. See, I gotta continue to figure out how to make this touch thing work. using a keyboard and a mouse just to move it, and that just feels excessive to me. But we'll just keep on cruising. Give him a little bit of a bum. Okay, and his foot. All right. He's got a cool like tread here. Slight heel right there. And okay. And like so. And like so. It's getting real intense now. Real intense. Hence why it's getting a little quiet. Sorry about that. Okay. It's got a cool. The shoulder's not quite right. There we go. A little bit more like that. He's got this cool symbol here, which I have not played Star Fox in a very long time. I'm realizing. So I don't know. Can't say I know what that symbol is. Not gonna lie. But imagine it's Star Fox logo. Maybe it's from Star Fox Zero or whatever. Heard that game wasn't great. Good, not great. So maybe it's not a problem that I haven't played it in a while. Saved myself some money. That's kind of what it sounds like. All right, so I think we are good to go on to our final step here. I'm going to go ahead and change the layer and lock that. That allows me to come in and make it a little darker. Probably going to need to zoom in here. Because, this is the point of the program where I'm committing to lines, so I kind of have to get all up in there and commit. A little too much of a smirk there. I need a little bit more of a come down a little bit. There we go. I feel better. Really. So Star Fox used to be really, really good in Smash Brothers, and I feel like recently he has not been nearly as good. Maybe there's just more competition now, right? There's not just 12 characters, but there's like 80. Again, ridiculous, but in a fantastic way, of course. And so he just doesn't stand out like he always did, you know. I just remember Fox being really, really good. And in Melee, man, my favorite was Falco. He was cool. I feel like he hasn't been nearly as cool recently either. Or again, you know, maybe I've just been distracted with other characters. Just haven't given them a chance. He, you know. Also, you know, I am much more of a heavy player these days. I love heavy characters. They're so fun. They're just so satisfying as you try to hit people. It's just they just go flying. It's so nice. I really, really like it. All right, I'm gonna use my mouse again because again, apparently every time I touch the screen, it just thinks it's trying to make lines. I don't know exactly why that is, but here's this cool little sleeve with the folds in it. This logo. I really have no idea what that is. If you can't tell by the squiggles I just made there, I legitimately have no idea what that is. I'm going to change that line. Also, the fact that you can edit, undo a line, right? Control Z, that is pretty legit. All right, I think this guy's coming together. Sorry again if this is taking longer than expected, but man, I'm liking what's happening. I'm feeling good in the hood. You know what I mean? All right, let's do this. And again, remember me, it's just stuck in my head. Just gonna give him a little bit of fur. Make that line a little bit harder of a line, because that's our barrel of the gun here. And yet, this is turned out nice. Again, like I can't iterate this enough. If you are interested in drawing Smash Brothers characters, I had no idea. I just thought this was going to be kind of a cool thing to draw, right? Give me some, a cool idea of something to draw every day. But it actually is the perfect thing to practice with, because it is exactly what you need when you practice drawing, because all of the characters are so different that it's really, really helpful for skill building there. Not in love with that, but probably close enough for now. So I haven't played Starlink, which is obviously Fox's most recent foray in games, and so curious to know how it went. So comment, let me know what you thought about it, if you played it, or what you've heard about it. I'm curious. Curious what you think. I know that it's one of those um, toys to life kind of game, and I'm not really feeling that these days for a couple reasons. One is I'm a fully grown man, and having all these toys laying around, not so fun anymore. But the other thing is I have children, which is like worse because my children like to get into said toys and break them or lose them or whatever. And that's honestly why I buy all of my Switch games now digitally, in fact, because I know my children would just lose them all. Which kind of gets me to another point. Oh, why in the world are I'm running out of batteries here. That's no good. Why in the world are digital games like more expensive than physical games? Like if you buy them on Amazon and stuff, you can get digital Switch games for a lot cheaper. And that drives me crazy because I really want the digital version. You would think that the digital version would be cheaper because you don't have to make anything, right? Like they literally are just giving us the code. And I understand, like, you should pay for that code. So I'm not saying not, but it just blows my mind that like they're not, it's not actually cheaper than the physical. I mean, like, couldn't we save $5 because we're making them not have to manufacture something? I just don't get it. I feel like my leg here is totally off now. Totally wrong angle. I don't know if that's. Yeah, I think I want to move that. Okay, so, and then here's the other cool part about digital is I can if it would actually do the thing. So bad. Okay, just don't mind me. I'm just having issues here. Here's what I was trying to do. I was trying to select. I was trying to select what I just did there, and so bad. Let's try this. This is come down here, and then this. Just gonna freehand it a little bit. Yeah, I was trying to select it and just move it, right? Because that's the other cool thing you can do in these, but guess it didn't want to do the thing. So wow, that foot is ugly. Woo! Not a great foot, but I've probably gone on long enough. Here, but all right, I'm gonna. I can't. I got to do one more go on this foot. This foot is I can do better than that. Okay, so let's go back to this. Okay, we're going to go. Okay, feel good about that. All right. Down here. All right. You know what? That right there. Good enough. Awesome. So this is day 7. This is fighter number 7. So go ahead and put number 7 here. I'm going to rank this thing. I'm going to rank it. You know, I like it. I think it turned out looking nice. If you see, this face is a little more fox-like. This one, I want to say it's a little more dog-like, right? So the faces obviously are really challenging to get just so. Overall, though, I think the pose was decent. The gun, obviously, not the same. So the places that are most detailed, as you might imagine, are the places that, you know, I don't feel as confident with, which is to be expected. But overall, I like it. So I will give this thing a 6 out of 10. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, check out my other drawings. Again, I hope to do a couple more today because I gotta keep up and get it all out before Super Smash Bros. Comes out on December 7th. So exciting.